Today on Cravings Food Adventures, you're in for a real treat. I'm at my sister-in-law's house in Bangalore, and today I'm going to share a family recipe passed down from generation to generation of the most delicious Bangalore biryani.
Well, Karen, Bangalore biryani is made with a lot of fresh ingredients and it's made with a lot of love. That's why it tastes wonderful.
Besides love, there's a lot of ingredients that go into this biryani. A typical biryani is made by layering rice and a meat curry together, and it's cooked in its own steam. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. And if you've come back for more, thank you so much for joining me again. I do upload new videos every Friday, so make sure to subscribe to be the first one to see them. We're going to start with the meat. My sister-in-law has prepared about 3 kilos of mutton. Now she's using the shoulder and she says this is the best kind of meat to use. This is about 6.5 pounds of mutton, and it's prepared simply by marinating it in some chili powder and turmeric. Next, we're going to heat up 3 cups of oil in a large dish, and I'm going to saute some whole spices. Now I've got about 3 large sticks of cinnamon and about 10 to 12 cardamoms as well as 10 to 12 cloves. Once the whole spices have released their flavors, I'm going to add 8 cups of onions that we've cut really fine. Now I'm going to cook these onions till they are nice and golden brown. Next, I'm going to add 8 teaspoons of ginger and garlic paste, and I'm going to give it a good mix. It's now time for the spices. I'm going to add about a teaspoon for every kilo. So I've got anywhere from 6 to 9 teaspoons of red chili powder. If you don't want your biryani very spicy, you can use a little bit less of the chili powder. I'm also going to add turmeric. I've got 3 to 4 teaspoons of turmeric as well as 5 teaspoons of garam masala. I'm going to give this a really good mix. I'm going to add a little bit more oil, and to that I'm going to add 6 cups of tomatoes, and then we're going to cover it and let it cook till it's nice and mushy. Give that a little bit of time, about 10 minutes. Once the tomatoes are nice and mushy, we're going to add some chilies. Now my sister-in-law added 18 chilies. Now this may sound like a lot, but this biryani is meant to be really nice and spicy. She's also going to add about half a cup of chopped coriander. We're going to give this a good mix, and now we're ready to add the mutton. All the mutton that we prepared is going to be added straight into this dish and mixed together with the spices. I'm also going to add about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice and about 3 to 4 teaspoons of salt. We're going to add 3 cups of yogurt that we've stirred, as well as a 1.5 cups of ghee. Now ghee is clarified butter, and we're going to mix all of this together, cover it, and let it cook for at least 15 minutes. After about 15 minutes, we're going to add 3 to 4 potatoes. Now I've already pre-cooked these potatoes, just lightly fried them. They go into the dish together with about half a cup of chopped mint. Now I'm going to cover this and let this cook for another 15 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to cook the rice. I've got about 19 cups of rice that have already been soaking. Now I'm going to drain the rice and add this into some boiling water, which contains some whole spices as well as some chilies. Now Bangalore biryani, like I mentioned before, is famous for being spicy. So my sister-in-law likes to throw extra chilies into the water. We're going to add the rice and we're going to half cook this. It's about 15 minutes. The rice is about half done. You can tell by pressing the grains between your 2 fingers, and it should break into about 3 pieces. Then you know it's half done. Once the rice is half cooked, we're going to drain it. And now the fun part, we're going to layer everything together. As you can see, the mutton has cooked. It's really nice and tender. If your mutton is not tender, it depends on which part of the animal you use. You can continue to cook it for a bit longer till it's nice and soft. We're going to layer it. My sister-in-law does rice first, and then she makes a little well in the center and she starts to add the meat. She also adds some chopped coriander and mint and fried onions, and then she continues to add another layer of rice, some more meat, some more chopped mint and coriander and fried onions. And at the final layer, she adds a little bit of red food coloring. Now cover this with some foil and with a top and let it cook on your stovetop or in your oven. The biryani is going to take anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour, depending on whether you're using it on your stovetop or in your oven. At the end of this, your grains are beautiful and the biryani is just so fragrant. Bangalore biryani is so famous and for good reason. Thank you so much for joining me on Kravings Food Adventures. I want to thank my sister-in-law Aisha Dastagir for sharing her incredible recipe with me and with you guys. Until I see you again, do take care. Bye.